I see a lot of talk on this app that like, oh, if he abuses you, that doesn't mean that you should take him away from the father. And I think that's just loads of garbage, honestly. Somebody who sits there and puts down the mother and calls them names and makes her life really hard and just absolutely tries to terrorize them, why would you want somebody like that for your kid to look up to? Like, make that make sense. Because in my opinion, that says so much about the kind of character that they embody, right?
So because her baby's father treats her badly, she thinks it's a good enough reason to keep the father away from the child, because she thinks he will be a bad role model. Just because the father treats her badly, it doesn't mean he will treat his child badly. She's trying to justify that she should make sure the child never sees him again because she doesn't like him. And that is a very selfish reason to keep a father away from his child.
It certainly is.
I hate Sundays. I have ever since I got divorced, ever since we separated. Not because that's the day my children come home, but also because of that. Like, I'm thrilled to see them every time. I'm happy that they're home. I miss them when they're not here. But when they come home, they don't want to. They want to stay with the dad. Because he's the fun parent. He's the parent that gets to do all the nice things. I'm the boring one. I take them to school. You know, I make sure they're getting the healthy meals all week. I make sure they go to every appointment. All of the boring stuff. I do none of the fun stuff except in the holidays. And they never want to come home. And I hate Sundays for it. Can't stand it. Because even though I know they don't mean anything by it, they're not like, I hate you, mummy, you know. It's just the fact that I want daddy, I want to stay with daddy, I want to live with daddy. It's so hurtful when I know I'm bending over backwards for them. And I don't expect anything back from them. I don't expect him to thank me or God, anything like that. None of that. But it does hurt. It still hurts. And I'm pretty sure it's always going to hurt. So yeah, I hate Sundays.
I don't believe what she is saying, because there are plenty of children who cannot keep away from their mums. Not because they are doing the fun stuff, but because they are more attached to them emotionally. I think she's blaming the fun stuff on the fact that they might prefer hanging around the father for different reasons. Maybe they genuinely love him and miss being with him because they don't spend enough time with him. But that is just my speculation.
You may have a point.
Okay, so in November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a responsible parent, and I gave up my kids. I was just tired of being responsible and caring for them. I felt like I was too young and I wanted to go out there and experience life, and I started dating someone else, so it just didn't fit with my new lifestyle. And I didn't have anything to worry about because the other parent is a very responsible parent. But now I'm here because now I'm in child support, and to top it off, I'm really pissed off that I took care of them all the way up to November and I couldn't claim them on my taxes because the other parent had already claimed them. What the fuck? What in the world is going on with this world? I couldn't believe my eyes. And you know, the craziest thing is that unfortunately men tend to do this a lot. They just tend to walk off and pretend that those kids never existed. They don't want to pay child support, and it's almost like it's okay, you know, if you're a guy and you do that. But the minute a girl does that, you know, oh my gosh, I'm sure you wanted to kill me for the first 30-40 seconds of this video. And I just want to bring awareness to this. This is a horrible problem that I'm seeing more and more. How much child support. And one of the biggest things is that I see that a lot of men, they just can turn their backs on a whole responsibility that you created.
She gave up her kids so she could ride the carousel and get smashed by Chad and Tyrone. The reason why it's less stigmatized for men to walk away from their children is because they did not carry them for 9 months. It's typical that the bond between a mother and her children is a little stronger than one of a father and his children, because the mother developed the baby inside of her womb. This is also one of the reasons why women tend to be slightly more nurturing towards children compared to men, because they have that direct bond with them through pregnancy. So it's clear as day why people will judge her more for abandoning her parental responsibilities compared to when a man does.
That seems pretty obvious.